I hope y'all have little extra, what's it called, loops or holes or whatever in your belt, because I'm sure everyone had a good Thanksgiving, or at least I hope you did. I know I did. And we're going to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving and then just see what else is in the news. Although it was a slow news day, but you know what? We'll figure it out. Play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog Studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dog Night. And stop the music. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dog Night. And my quiz today is, tell me if you notice anything different about the set. There's one little tiny change, and I'm just seeing if people actually ever pay attention to what's in the background here. So anyway, let's see. Notches. Thank you. Notches in the belt, loops in the pants. What were the loops in the pant? Oh, the pant loops and then the notches in the belt. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, good morning. Happy day after Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a really good one. I did. I might have done the best turkey I've ever done in history of me doing turkeys. Now, I told you whenever I did the sweet potato thing, I think that was on Wednesday, the key to a great turkey. Oh, Duck Dog. Yes, you did. Yes, the minion is in jail right now. I moved the minion. Very good. Very good. That was quick. Anyway, the key to a great turkey is to let it rest before you carve it. And I took my own advice, which I do every year, but for some reason this turkey was just like, usually when you cut out the turkey breast, I cut out the whole breast and then slice that breast, and then we serve it that way, and then cut all the other stuff out the turkey. But my gosh, my turkey was like soft as butter. We had plastic forks. I didn't even have to cut it with a knife. You could cut. You take a slice of turkey breast and you could just cut it with a plastic fork. It was so tasty. And we had 12 at our house yesterday, and oh my gosh, we had enough left over to send leftovers home with everybody, though. Even though we did a whole turkey the day before, so that I could make sure everyone had leftover turkey to take home. But I didn't realize that, this 22-pound bird fed 12 people no problem, and they took some of that home. And there was I cooked all morning. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, so I hope you all had a fine Thanksgiving day. Now, the name of the show today is #Friday of Color. My Black Friday show that I was going to do, I had to make some changes. So I may do a Black Friday show later today, but today is just Friday of Color, because I'm not going to have any guests, obviously. I'm using this. If I'm using this format, then it means I'm not having any guests. And but we'll see if we can work that out for this afternoon. So if you happen to be paying attention to your notifications, then we'll check that out later. And so anyway, let's get into a little bit. Oh, well, you know what? Let's say good morning. Chi-Town Jay, are you still here? I know you were here kind of early, but I'm not sure. Wait, what? Okay, let's see. Oh, I was just checking. Well, we don't have very many people here at all, do we? Well, maybe I'll say hi to who's here at least. Chi-Town Jay was first, but he was way early. I don't know if you're still here, but you get a bell. But I'm going to give a bell to Duck Dog too, who was the first one here when I went live. So you get that. And then good morning, gayest person on YouTube, and Green Badger Outdoors, and whoever the couple people lurking in the background. I don't know where everyone is. It's Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving. People probably out shopping on Friday of Color. I don't know why I like saying that. I just think it's funny. And let's see. It looks like some people were doing intro maker for YouTube's. What is that? Intro maker for YouTube's liked your tweet. And I don't know who intro maker of YouTube. If intro maker of YouTube is watching, that would be great. Maybe you can introduce yourself and tell us who the hell you are. I'm happy you're here. If you happen to be watching, though, and let's see. So anyway, let's get to the topic of the day, because Thanksgiving is a day where most Americans enjoy their life. They think about the things that they're grateful for and think about, sometimes people think about helping others, and they, it's usually a nice day just to remember that you have a good life here, But there are those people out there who are killjoys. Now, I just lost a viewer. What the hell? What the hell's going on here? Did my notifications go out? Sometimes my notifications don't go out right away. But anyway, there are those people who are killjoys. And it was kind of funny because Wednesday, people were joking on Twitter. One of the hashtags that was trending on Wednesday was the war on Thanksgiving. It was mostly because of something Donald Trump said in a speech. He was talking about how people are sometimes, some people don't think we should celebrate Thanksgiving and blah, blah, blah. And so people were, the left or liberals, I hate using the general term the left, but I'll just use it because that's easier in this case. They were talking about how there is no war on Thanksgiving. This is stupid. This is not something that's happening. Blah, 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 blah. And then, I scrolled through Twitter a little bit. And now this first one, I'm not going to put on the screen. This is a friend of mine who I get along with very well. And I don't want to necessarily throw her name out there, but I am going to read to you something she wrote. And, particularly for all the people that got war on Thanksgiving trending on Twitter. Okay. And here's the little tweet thread that she wrote. She says, "Look, there isn't a war on Thanksgiving, but there should be. Celebrating the anniversary of that time our ancestors had a nice picnic before enacting genocide is something no one you'd want to eat with has ever actually wanted to do. I've said it before that there's some benefits. It forces us to have to struggle with our history on some level by acting as a reminder. It also reminds us that things we did weren't necessary and we could have done other things. None of that seems to me to outweigh the bad. So we could choose just to stop. This and Columbus Day. We could just, nope. I would like to say that would be my preference, as I am as much a member of this society as anyone. Now, I'm thinking about that statement, and as I read it, and I'm thinking, okay, let's just get into this a little bit. Okay, so first of all, celebrating the anniversary of that time our ancestors had a nice picnic before enacting genocide. Well, actually, well, no. She's read history. Green Badge Raptor. This person hasn't read history. Has she? No, she's read history. But first of all, we got to remember who the Pilgrims were. Now, not to say that they were all great people, but the Pilgrims were also escaping persecution from when they left. They were leaving the Church of England, and they were, they're these very super. I don't know what the word is. They were considered radical back then, but they were being persecuted for wanting to leave the Church of England. And so they first went to the Netherlands, and then things weren't going quite so well there, and they felt like they were losing their English heritage, so they decided to go try it again on another continent. And but the natives there that were that were there where they were, and that they ended up doing this harvest celebration, that was a different. That particular tribe was not exactly. What's the word for that? Well, there were so many different nations, so to speak, and so that particular tribe that they were with. Well, let me put it this way: having a nice picnic before enacting genocide. First of all, those pilgrims had no idea what the future would hold throughout the nation. You can't blame those people for things that were going to happen in the future that they had no involvement in whatsoever. That's the first thing. And second of all, it was just an idea that maybe, just maybe, you can be thankful for things that are, well, just the blessings in your life, the things around you, the place you live, the bountiful harvest that they had. And you got to remember, the Pilgrims, their first couple of years in Plymouth, the Plymouth colony that they created, was a huge struggle. And part of that struggle was because they originally came there and decided that they were going to have this kind of sharing. You couldn't sell anything. You had to basically, well, it was socialism, so to speak. They were going to share all the stuff, but then they had rules that you couldn't really sell stuff. You just had to do good for the colony. And then eventually after a couple of years of that, when it wasn't working, they got help learning how to manage crops in that area. And so rather than sustaining on hunting and gathering, and then finally 2 to 3 years in, I can't remember if it was the second year or third year, they actually had a fine harvest. So they just sat down and said, you know what? We share this harvest with the people who helped us. We share this harvest and are thankful for what we have. And so, is there something wrong with that concept? Because again, to claim that they were their plan that in the future, that their plan was a plan of genocide. Yeah, Thanksgiving was a peace treaty meeting. Yeah, between the Wampang and the English. Well, those local ones, right? Actually, and Doctor, I'm glad you brought that up. If you, Weibo Jones has a pretty good video about this too. This wasn't, like I said, you cannot blame that one small colony for the entire future of the continent. Okay, they at the time, there was no even dream of the continent. No one was talking about moving west. No one was talking. They have no idea. So, but again, the idea behind now, granted, the holiday itself that we have in the United States has not always been celebrated. It wasn't a permanent celebration until Abraham Lincoln made it a permanent national holiday. But again, it was always about not that particular the history of whatever genocide or whatever. It was about being thankful and appreciating what you have, and that's mainly how it's treated here in the States now. Except for, of course, there's a the day after is treated as a shopping day. But it is one of those holidays until recently where, you know what, stores closed, all the stores closed. People thought of it as a family day. It's a time to have fellowship with your family, friends, neighbors, whoever. And so why be a killjoy on Thanksgiving? But of course, that is Twitter, and there's lots of woke folks in the planet. And so the hashtag fuck Thanksgiving comes up. And this one I will show. I found it rather humorous in some ways. But for example, and I'll just do the top ones here. It's a celebration of literal genocide, murder of millions of innocent peoples by the Pilgrims. No, the Pilgrims were a relatively small colony that did not kill millions of people. Now, granted, on the continent it happened, but these people did not have any future. They didn't have plans for genocide. Let's put it that way. Like they said, it was actually they were having a treaty at the time, and it was kind of a treaty to have kind of a protective pact, so to speak. Anyway, yeah, it's a celebration of literal genocide, murders of millions of innocent people by the Pilgrims for no other reason than to steal land because they were not white. This was a treaty, remember? You're celebrating this day is a part of ongoing erasure and cycle of genocide by whitewashing your bloody pasts. Yeah, my ancestors weren't part of that bloody past, but we did enjoy Thanksgiving yesterday. Or this one, can we get fuck Thanksgiving trending, or at least have it removed as a national fun-loving holiday during Native American Heritage Month and used as a day of mourning? Well, I thought we were using Indigenous Peoples Day for that, or Columbus Day, the people who are ending Columbus Day. I don't know. I mean, I get... I guess it just depends on how you use Thanksgiving as a day. Let's see. If you're celebrating Thanksgiving, you'll be celebrating a white man's holiday and a massacre. You stand up for POC lives, yet forget about the Native Americans. Well, I'm not a fan of the catch-all POC either. Different minorities have different things. Although, okay, there is one funny one here, and this is the taking the plate. Okay, so, hang on. Making is a funny little video about taking a to-go plate at Thanksgiving, and this is what the people who come to our house end up with because we make extra leftovers particularly for this purpose. Here we go. Oh, Sheograt, that's terrible. Oh my gosh. In another century, maybe we'll be able to bury the hatchet. Okay. Anyway, this is what people leaving our house look like when they leave home from Thanksgiving, because we always make a lot of extra food for people to take with them.
All right, now y'all be blessed, man. I appreciate y'all having me over.
All right now, Jerome.
All right.
You take care of Sugar.
Okay, all right.
You need some help with the plate?
No, I don't.
What the fuck going on here?
What you mean, man? I'm headed to the house,
You
man.
got all them goddamn plate. Put some of that shit back.
No, man. Auntie said I'm good.
No, nigga, this is Thanksgiving. Not take all my fucking shit and leave. Put some of that shit back.
Man, I ain't got nothing but a few beans, man.
Goddamn Jerome, motherfucker. If you don't put one of them motherfucking plates back, I'm gonna spray paint these boots gold and I'm gonna cure dog my foot up your fucking ass.
Man, you tripping again, man.
Jerome.
It's Thanksgiving, man.
Put some of that shit back.
No.
So what the fuck I'm supposed to eat?
There's some food in there. Leftover.
Motherfucker, that is all the goddamn food.
Man, listen, I'm headed to the house with my wife, man. We just got married.
Fuck you and your wife, motherfucker. I gotta eat.
Man, you're tripping about some fucking food, man.
What you mean, motherfucker? That's all my goddamn food.
Y'all got food stamps.
Jerome, that's all my goddamn food.
Man, you got food in there, man.
Goddamn, Jerome, that's all my.
Anyway, I find it funny. All right, let's see. Real quick here. All right, just a couple of these. I'm sorry. Fuck Thanksgiving. You deserve something better. You deserve Transgiving. Oh, some people. Oh, thankful for not being anywhere near my racist mother or my parents' sexist and all sorts of phobic religion, or my siblings' blind allegiance to conservatism and church, or inhumanely raised dead birds, or pumpkin anything, or the fucking Washington Redskins. Fuck Thanksgiving. Well, the Redskins didn't play yesterday. The Cowboys did. So there. What else? Yeah, but past the stuffing? Oh, truth out. Thanksgiving is dedicated to erasing the ruthlessness of English settlers. Oh, good God. Let's see what let's read the truth out article. No, I don't want. I'm not donating to Truth Out. Thanksgiving is a colonial holiday meant to erase the ruthlessness of English settlers. In a way, Thanksgiving is the perfect American holiday. It is based on the erasure of indigenous peoples, promotes a false vision of peaceful cooperation between nations, excuse me, and now becomes an excuse to indulge in a spectacle of hyperconsumption in football. Its historical record is murky, and exactly when and where the first Thanksgiving was held. Most Americans say it was held in 1621 in what is now Massachusetts, when a group of pilgrims and Indians gathered to celebrate the first harvest after the arrival of the Mayflower. Some point to when President Lincoln declared Thanksgiving a federal holiday in 1863 as a way of reconciling communities during the Civil War. Both of these dates obscure the 1637 massacre of more than 700 Pequot men, women, and children and elders in what is now Connecticut. The state governor celebrated that massacre with the Thanksgiving feast. There's a good case to be made that Thanksgiving is in fact a celebration of that genocide. Now, this is actually false. Okay, now did they link to this? This is the video that Weibo Jones did. And in fact, you know what I'm going to do? And rather than do this, after my stream, I'm going to actually link Weibo's video because she does this, the history actually of this great justice as to how it really went down. That first line of that story, of the Truth Out story, is that's revisionist at best. In fact, let me find that real quick. I'm not even going to continue with this because it annoys me, this article. Let me see, give it here just a second here. Let's find Weibo. Here we go. I'm going to click this. I'm going to put this link in the chat, and you can right click it and open a new tab with it and watch it later. But it is a very good construction of that actual incident that they're talking about in Truth Out. I can't read it anymore. It just makes me angry, and I'd rather do some fun things today. Tell you what. First of all, let's say good morning to who's here, because I haven't done that yet. Now I said hi to the few that were here already, and Duck Dog was first after the show actually started. Chi-Town J was first because got here real early, so you get a bell for both of them. There's the one for Duck Dog, and there's one for Chi-Town J. And I'd already said good morning to the gayest person on YouTube and Green Badger Outdoors. But a lot of people have showed up finally. Good morning, Richo, all the way from down under. Good morning, RVA, Mr. Dax, Mr. Scott, Sheograth, Irate Prostate, Pincalo, Smarty Bear, and let's see, my Streamlabs moderators here. Good morning, Marsupial Gamer, Necros Collins. Let's see. There's a Straight Sith Male. Who else haven't I seen on here yet? Okay, and Captain Brambles. So good morning, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to Morning Night Live. By the way, the Morning Night Live is brought to you by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. If you would be so kind, please share the stream out. We did have it go out on Twitter. Looks like somebody, thank you, Necros Collins, for retweeting the tweet that I put out this morning. Or you could do your own by hitting the share arrow right below the screen there. You can also, if you'd be so kind. What did I do there? Did I put that in there? Here, copy and paste. There we go. Now that's the Oh, I see. I did that twice. Nope, that didn't work. What's going on? What the hell's going on here? Hang on. Let's do the whole thing. Copy. Should be. Wait, that's. Oh, I see what happened. I was trying to do Necrosol Collins' retweet of my tweet, and that did not work. Ah, there we go. There's Necrosol's tweet of the show. You can put that one out, or you can just hit the share and put your own out. Also, if you do be so kind, sometime during the show, if you like what we're doing, hit that like button, hit the share button, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel and ring the bell. And finally, super chats through the Streamlabs link in the description down below, or it shows up in the chat via my Streamlabs moderator. So, let's get into some news. I just got to get away from the Thanksgiving stuff because it just annoys me. Oh, now there is some breaking news. Apparently, in London, there was an incident on a London bridge, and someone I was following had a, let's find Laura Walker here. Someone on a bus had like video of the incident. Anyway, here's the story. Let's see. So there appears to be a video of the current incident involving a civilian man fighting with another civilian man who is the suspected assailant with a knife. Now, let's see. So they've got this. There's these guys. It looks like these guys are fighting. What the hell? There we go. Okay, this is the police trying to get away from it. Anyway, they had to shoot somebody on a London bridge. Now I don't know if it's the London Bridge because I think the actual original London Bridge is in Arizona somewhere. But
here's something from Wikipedia.
Oh, the hell's that? So anyway, let's escape that real quick. Anyway, this is the ABC News that was still developing. Let's see if they have updated this yet. We'll do this real quick. Okay, so police rushed to a London bridge on Friday afternoon to respond to a stabbing. We believe a number of people have been injured. The Metropolitan Police Service wrote on Twitter. Authorities have detained a man in connection with this incident, which occurred at premises near a London bridge, according to Metropolitan Police Service. The London Ambulance Service tweeted that they have a number of crews at the scene, declaring it a major incident. Authorities have cordoned off the iconic bridge in central London as well as the nearby Borough Market. And then, so here it is. One person killed after London Bridge shooting. Explosion nearby reported. Now, this is a little bit different story, but it's the same. I mean, this all happened this morning. I haven't quite figured this out. At least one person reported dead as police respond to a shooting incident on London Bridge. Numerous police and ambulance vehicles responded to the scene on the busy thoroughfare as footage of the aftermath circulated on Twitter. And the thing is, now, okay, let's find this, because this is somebody taking film from a bus. Oh, it's already been removed. Here, let me see if this will go on here real quick. I'm going to, just happened to be, this person was following it. Someone was taking footage from a bus. Yeah, here it is. These people are like, the reason I found this is because as it was happening, I'm on Twitter, and then this pops up from someone taking footage from the bus. And apparently they shot the guy. I mean, they got the cops there with a gun. That was the only reason that that's the only reason I got into this particular incident and why I was trying to pull up information. It was just weird though, because so much of the news you get, there's so many times where you get news reports from Twitter faster than you ever would from the media. It's just a interesting phenomenon on Twitter. So we'll have some updates on that story at some point. Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, Rich was asking if it was a terrorist attack or just crazy. I don't know, but it was just weird because, I'm seeing the nearly live footage on Twitter this morning as I'm scrolling through, and there's people with, people with different footage. And this person, Laura Walker, who I follow, apparently has been searching left and right for it because she actually is the one who I got these articles from. Let's see, was this the Reuters one? No, this is from Zero Hedge. Let's see, she put a Reuters article out here too. Preliminary reports from the current London Bridge incident are that a man wielding a knife was shot by law enforcement. Lots of witness video emerging of the crowds and chaos. Okay, so that's what it is. Here we go. New footage shows the suspect was injured after the police shot him. And that was it right there. Unconfirmed reports of a second event and evacuation in the borough market, but that often turns out to be not the case. So keep that on the unconfirmed at the moment. So, but it just amazes me how, used to be breaking news. You had to turn on the TV to find it. Well, you can find a lot of breaking news on Twitter. Let's see. We now have declared a major incident, have a number of crews at the scene of the London Bridge. That's the London Ambulance Service. Let's see. Metropolitan Police say we are aware of reports circulating on social media. We will release facts when we can. Our info must be accurate. Reminder, in 2017, London Bridge was the scene of a terror attack involving 3 assailants who drove a van into pedestrians, then used knives to attack innocent people in the crowds. This appears to be a video of the current incident. Okay, we already saw that. BBC's John McManus, who was at the scene of the incident when it occurred, said he saw a group of men fighting on the bridge. Police then arrived and shots were fired. Other witnesses say 3 officers were the first on the scene and shot the suspect. Station staff at Monument confirmed 5 people have been injured in the attack. The tube station has been closed off as armed police investigate. So it's kind of just a crazy scene, and you're getting it almost as it happens via Twitter. So pretty wild. Good morning, Cynical Lindsay. Good morning to, let's see, Enziker, Jason Burns. How you doing? Glad you're here. Looks like the bus is almost full here on the Morning Night Live. I'm glad to see you all here. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Let's see what else we got. We're not going to do trends yet. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday the president made a surprise visit to Afghanistan. Here's the Daily Caller article. Trump makes a surprise visit to troops in Afghanistan on Thanksgiving. Now, one funny thing about this, if you happen to be watching some like news people feeds, one in particular, I can't remember who it was their goal was to, well, let's just say the media was already writing their stories about how the Trump was golfing on Thanksgiving and this is X number of trip to golf courses, whatever. And apparently his motorcade, he had a fake motorcade going to Doral as he was making this trip to Afghanistan. And so one of these reporters had already tweeted out, Trump is, already on, he's spending Thanksgiving golfing. And Jessica Kwan. Yes, that's who it was. Jessica Kwan. So anyway, and then she ended up having to eat that tweet and eventually delete it because the president did go to Afghanistan to visit the troops. So President Donald Trump made a surprise visit to Afghanistan on Thanksgiving, serving a turkey dinner to the American troops stationed overseas. The trip comes about 1 year after he made a similar unannounced visit to service members in Iraq. His first to an active war zone. The president was previously scheduled to be at his Mar-a-Lago resort on Thanksgiving and was expected to merely make a phone call to troops. Trump landed at Bagram Airfield at 8:33 p.m. local time and served turkey to the troops, posed for photos with them, and gave brief remarks in the hangar, according to the White House print pool. The media and the public were not made aware of the trip prior to the president's arrival for national security reasons. I'll be talking to you later, but right now I want to have some turkey. I'm going to join you for a little lunch, Trump said. after doling out servings of turkey. We're also going to shake hands with some of the folks. Thank you very much. What a great job you do. It's an honor to be here. So here's just there's a couple little videos. Let's see this one from CBS News. We'll show the video on this one.
And we had a good time. I then ran down, I sat down, I had some gorgeous piece of turkey, and I was all set to go, and I had some mashed potatoes, and I had a bite of mashed potatoes. And I never got to the turkey because General Lewis said, come on over, sir, let's take some pictures. I never got to my turkey. It's the first time in Thanksgiving that I've never had anything all turkey. That's okay. But it looked awfully good, I have to tell you. I should have started with that instead of the mashed potatoes, I made a mistake. But I hope everyone enjoyed the fantastic meal. It certainly did look good, and hopefully everyone can get some well-deserved rest this holiday with family, their home, and they love you so much. We flew 8,331 miles to be here tonight for one simple reason, to tell you in person that this Thanksgiving is a special Thanksgiving. We're doing so well. Our country is the strongest economically it's ever been. We have never done so well. We have the greatest economy anywhere in the world. So it's nice to know that you're fighting for something that is doing well as opposed to something that was not doing well.
So anyway, yeah, that's the video. Piccolo, and I'm looking for this on your Twitter feed. I know that you have the deleted tweet. You had screen caps of that, and I can't find it. See, I don't have everything prepared in advance because sometimes I get home late to actually look things up. But I'm still here. Anyway, the moron reporter who put that out, and then just some pictures of him with the troops, or a little video of him with the troops. That's a 9-minute one, so I'll skip that one. Oh, that's a protester banging him. Anyway, so pictured Donald Trump serving food to troops. President also held a bilateral meeting with Afghan President Ashraf Ghani, during which he announced that he was resuming peace talks with the Taliban and that he wanted to reduce the number of troops in Afghanistan to 8,600. Trump said that it was a bad thing that the Taliban killed an American soldier, but expressed his desire to make a deal. Part of his whole thing when he ran was he wanted to get us out of places where we probably don't need to be. So anyway, also on the on the Thanksgiving docket, apparently the Hallmark Channel is getting some heat, and this is something that came up yesterday. The Hallmark Channel is being blasted for a lack of inclusion and diversity. The Hallmark Channel has now been scrutinized for having a lack of religious and racial diversity during its countdown to Christmas programming. Did anyone catch the part of the sentence that I was that my eyebrows are going, to? Now, now I can understand if they want more diversity, racial diversity, on the Hallmark Channel. Although, it is what it is. It's just whatever movies that they have. They have to come up with Christmas themed movies, but it's countdown to Christmas programming. Remember, Hallmark's a greeting card company, and they're probably the most profitable time of the year for Christmas. Greeting cards are Valentine's Day. I'm sure that's one of them, but Christmas, right? And so they're doing a countdown to Christmas programming, and they're being scrutinized for a lack of religious diversity. Okay. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the Hallmark Channel featured just 4 movies this year with black leads and virtually no other religious representation outside of Judaism and Christianity. Okay. How many How many religions are they required to represent? Now, now I'm sure there's. Okay, I'm just going to keep reading. Of the network's record 24 original holiday movies this season, 4 of them have black leads. Okay, let's do the math here real quick. Got out my... Oops, wait a minute. I got to do this right. Okay. 6... I'm just got my calculator out. And we're going to go 6... Whoops, wait a minute. 6 divided by 24 equals... Well, that'd be 25%. I could have done that in my head. Of the record 24 original holiday movies this season, 4 of them have black leads, reported THR. That's down from last year when 5 of its 21 original holiday movies had black leads. Well, wait a minute. Are we talking representation? So that seems fine to me. That's 20%. And I think we're only 13% of the population, so we're overrepresented. See what I did there? Anyway, missing from Hallmark's festive roster, any other religions in the title. The report later noted that's especially interesting given that Hallmark last year announced that it would be producing 2 Hanukkah movies in 2019. Holiday Date, December 14th, and Double Holiday, December 22nd. Double Holiday is a romance between a woman who is Jewish and a Holy Date... Wait, what? They didn't finish that sentence. Double Holiday is a romance between a woman who is Jewish, while Holiday Date features a Jewish guy pretending to be Mr. Christmas. They didn't finish the sentence, did they? Okay. Anyway, speaking on THR's TV podcast, Bill Abbott, CEO of Crown Media Family Networks, Hallmark's parent company, said that the allegation that Hallmark has no diversity is unfair. I think that generalizations isn't fair either. We just have Christmas with white leads, Abbott said. In terms of broadening out the demographic, it's something we're always thinking about, always considering, and we'll continue to make movies where the best scripts are delivered to us and what we think we have the most potential. This is a poorly written article. Anyway, as to why the 2 movies featuring Jewish characters did not use the word Hanukkah in the title, Mr. Abbott said the programming has never been overtly religious, arguing that Christmas is more of a seasonal celebration. We are proud of those movies, and we think that those movies really reflect an across-the-board approach to celebrating the holiday season, Abbott said. It's hard if we start to slice up the pie, so to speak, and to make movies based on specific holidays. So if we were to look at Kwanzaa, for example, or other religions, and how they celebrate the holidays, it's a little bit more difficult because we don't look at Christmas from a religious point of view. It's more of a seasonal celebration. Once you start this is repetitive. Once you start to slice it more finely with individual religions, it's a little bit tougher to necessarily tell that story in a way that doesn't involve religion, and we always want to stay clear of religion or controversy. Okay, so I guess maybe, if they're just out here doing Christmas movies, is that okay? Is it okay to not be... First of all, Hallmark is a greeting card company. And Christmas... does every channel have to have constant representation of everybody? Now, granted, they do have representation of African... persons of African descent. I'm not a fan of African American. And to call people black, we're black people, whatever. But persons of African American descent, they do have representation there. Obviously, they're a more than representative compared to our percentage in the population. So fine, they do that. But do they have to? For example, does let's say if you go to TV1, which TV1 is a network mainly of people of African descent. Is TV1 required to have diversity on their channel? Is Telemundo required to have diversity on their channel, or can they all be Hispanic? Now, not that I'm saying that I'm not saying they should be all white either. I'm not, but the white bread movies they have on Hallmark, I don't want a lot of brothers on those movies because it's a boring channel. I just don't. So, but are they really complaining that Hallmark Christmas movies are not religiously diverse? They do Christmas movies. And maybe a couple themed with Hanukkah, but are they really complaining about Hallmark? Anyway, that's silly. All right, moving on. By the way, just a little programming note. We will be doing a show tomorrow to make up for the missed show on Thursday. And hopefully I will actually do my Black Friday show tomorrow. Today is the Friday of Color show. Because it's a little that's a little joke, me not being a fan of the term people of color because I'm not as intersectional as I should be. All right, let's see what else we got here. I got a couple other articles put up here. What was the other one? Oh, that was that. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, here we go. We talked about London Bridge already, and we got out of Hallmark. How about, let's see. Oh, the word of the year. The word of the year. The speaker more than it does the thing the speaker ostensibly describes. Climate emergency, said often by voices broadcasted and almost never in actual conversation, often tells us about one's politics, but almost never says anything about the surrounding environment. How badly does Oxford want you to search climate emergency? Oxford's word of the year shortlist consisted of climate action, climate crisis, climate denial, eco-anxiety, ecocide, extinction, flight shame, global heating, net zero, and plant-based. Just in case Oxford's committee did not select climate emergency, Oxford's committee essentially limited its nominees to words that conveyed a climate emergency. One might say Oxford really, to coin a term, Oxforded, verb to dictate predetermined result under the guise of democracy, the process. The various word of the year selections, invariably coaxing sucker journalists into publicizing them, do not stem from the number of lookups or the annual increase in the reader interest in the word. Indeed, one cannot even look up climate emergency in most dictionaries. Instead, people frustrated to find themselves defining vocabulary, not policy, declare a word of the year based on their ideological fixations, and demand we all pretend to phrase a word to boot. Oxford remains but one of the malefactors of this strange end-of-the-year cottage industry. Merriam-Webster offered justice last year, citing racial justice, social justice, and economic justice to justify choosing justice, and feminism the year prior. Oh, but you know what they forgot there? You know what they forgot? Which justice did they forget that didn't show up in the list of choices from the Oxford Dictionary that probably should have been there because I keep hearing it? I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Climate justice. Recent dictionary.com choices included identity, xenophobia, and complicit. The dictionary illustrated the meaning of this final term by citing Trump administration supporters and stating that a new era of new EPA chief Scott Pruitt has been complicit in his refusal to acknowledge that humans play a primary role in climate change. Dictionary.com pointed to Colin Kaepernick as an example of one refusing to comply. How special. One awaits Merriam-Webster and Dictionary.com to join Oxford in providing their 2019 Word of the Year. Surveillance by parties private and public, the manner in which we receive television, music, movies, and so much else, the adult obsession over childish things such as superheroes and cartoons, the various ways in which 21st century humans dress up 20th century slideshows through Instagram, Facebook, and other .coms, and so many other societal developments all alter language. Imagining a political term permeating everybody's Imagine a political term permeating everything announces one's secession from the times and immersion in a timeless conflict, aka politics. If one constantly spoke of the Arby's Hawaiian roast beef sliders and Taco Bell double chalupa, the hearers might deduce that food weighs heavily on the brains of the heavy speaker. A similar phenomenon envelops dictionary pajamadrums, declaring, often in non sequitur fashion, politically charged terms they favor as terms on everyone's lips, even when everyone else never says or hears those terms. No matter, our conversation becomes your conversation, decreed the definer of words. In other words, it's what we say it is. That was a lot of words just to say that. Anyway, politics does not envelop the lives of users of dictionaries the way it does the producers of dictionaries. The various word of the year selections emit a Rorschach test vibe that tells us more about the selectors than the selected. And one imagines that they want it that way. They want everyone to know how they define themselves politically. Doing this by projecting one's peculiar views on the rest of the population creates a real problem. A small group of anonymous people deciding a word of the year after ignoring the words that the rest of us look up and use. As they mask their project as some objective venture rather than based on the whim of a few politically obsessed individuals, seems especially presumptive, cavalier, paternalistic, imperious. For a word of the year, imperious works better than any yet offered. Yet, the one offering remains one. Alas, one does not strike as much less than the population of the dictionary committees that purport to speak for several 100 million English speakers. So anyway, just for a refresher on this particular article, the word of the year is climate emergency. Yay. I bet someone will come up with climate justice for that too. Anyway, good morning, daughter. My AJ's in the chat. Good morning. Yeah. All right. Let's see. What else can I find here? Oh, you know what? It's almost time for Twitter trends. Let's do that because I got to keep it short today because I have to be at work. Isn't that 2 words? Yeah, that's just it. The word of the year, for some reason, that doesn't always have to be one word. It can be a theme, and clearly that the climate emergency had to be there, right? All right, so moving on. When you ding the bell, my dog goes, wait by the doors. Oh, is that kind of the, what's that called? What's the Pavlovian theory? Here, let's see this. Let's see what, Mr. Scott, let me know what happens. See what happens there. All right. No, not Babette, Boomer. No, just AJ, okay? That's just, okay, never mind. All right, let's get into Twitter trends, and then we're going to get out of here. I know I'm kind of starting Twitter trends earlier than I normally do, but hey, I got to finish my coffee and get to work, so there we go. All right, so today on Twitter trends, of course, we know what number 1 is. If you don't know if you can't even guess what number 1 is, I don't know what you're thinking, because it's got to be... Oh, wait, I got to make a couple clicks here. Oh, they got a full 19 set here. Okay. Number one on the Twitter trends today, of course, is Black Friday, or how, as I like to call it, Friday of Color. Let's see. Is there anything even remotely interesting on this hashtag? Because I'm just not feeling it. Let's see. Argos? What? Argos, John Lewis, and Curry's Black Friday. Okay, those are companies in the UK. Ali Alexander, the best Black Friday deal I've seen, $5, Keep Key hardware wallet. Huh? Let's see what this one is. I'm going to open this in a new tab. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I'll do it in a second. Black Friday special. Keep Key hardware wallet. Normally $79, $5 sale? Keep Key is the premier wallet in the new Shapeshift platform, a web-based interface of managing your crypto now with commission-free trading. Are you Gee, my son's over there. I'm going to ask him a question. Are you familiar with the Keep Key hardware wallet? Apparently it's a cryptocurrency wallet or some kind of thing. Anyway, not sure. Oh, yeah. Supports the world's leading cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Dash, and 46 ERC20 tokens. So apparently it's a crypto. Okay, I'm just out of my league on this. I have no idea why you need a wallet to keep your cryptocurrency and however that works. So, all right, let's keep going down here. Let's see. Right wing Uncle Michael Knowles. This Black Friday, order the gift of knowledge for that special Democrat in your life. Oh gosh, what is this? What is this? Oh yeah, this is Michael Knowles' book, Reason to Vote for Democrat. It's a gag book. Okay, you open the book and there's nothing in it. Okay, so that's cute. Way to go, Michael Knowles. Okay, that's funny. All right, I love the fact that there's Dogecoin. Yeah, that sounds kind of funny. Oh yeah, so who came up with the name Babette Boomer for my daughter? I just don't know. No. Now, lady. Okay. So if your mom is Lady Boomer, yeah. Some point in the last 6 months, someone decided that my wife's nickname on the internet will be forever Lady Boomer. So we've just kind of run with that, and she thinks it's funny, so we do that. But no, don't call my daughter Babette Boomer, please. AJ is just fine, or however you want to do it. All right, let's get back into this. Let's see. Everyone be civil out there today, or I'm coming to get you. That's the Black Friday theme there. Let's see. Treat yourself to something nice this Black Friday, like a fez. You know, I used to own a fez. I don't know what happened to it. It didn't really fit my head anyway, because, my head's way too big. There's Cosby coin too. Oh, I'm not even going to talk about it. Oh, here we go. And here we have action on Black Friday. Oh, Lord, look at this. These people are losing their minds. This is a Black Friday scene in some store. Oh, my gosh. What is going on? All that stuff's in different language, though. This is not in the States. It doesn't look like. All right, we're done. Okay, so the Black Friday, you got to be nervous about the Black Friday action going on. Let's see if there's anything else good here. Oh, I laughed because I saw someone on Twitter. They were like, if you're going to go out and film the Black Friday madness, could you at least make sure you turn your camera and film it in a landscape for all of us who try to do things the right way? So I thought that was humorous. Let's see. Oh, Black Friday deals. Hey, everyone. You're out Black Friday shopping, consider grabbing a few extra deals for some kids in need. I'm adopting an entire school, grades K through 8. Would love any extras you get. And she shipped the items to this woman in Flint, Michigan. That's a good idea too. If this is a good day to, if you get a great deal on something, there are a lot of people in need out there, and I just kind of think of those things. Oh, PETA! Oh, PETA on Black Friday. Always the turd in the punch bowl that PETA is. Retweet if you never wear his or any animal's fur. Okay, free fur Friday on Black Friday. Fine. Cruelty cruelty to avoid while shopping: fur, wool, leather, suede, alligator skin, silk, cashmere, down, snake skins, shearling, mohair, sheepskin, angora, ostrich, badger hair, mink, and lizard. Who? Okay, I'll ask Green Badger Outdoors because this is a good question. Badger, hey Green Badger, this is a question specifically for you. Ever heard of a badger hair coat or badger hair anything? I've never heard of that before. You know what? I try to. It's very hard to avoid leather. Leather is something that's a byproduct, and since we do eat cows, there's a lot of extra leather laying around. You know, I don't know if fur. I can see not killing animals for fur. But come on, it's like wool. Have you ever seen a sheep that doesn't get sheared? Like the wool, as the way they've been bred, it's cruel not to shear sheep of their wool. Okay, it's not cruel to the animals, and they're probably they're well kept animals. So I'm not worried about wool, leather and suede. You know, it's just whatever. Cashmere, maybe snakeskin. You know what? Let's just stop. A lizard fur coat. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's enough of here we go. The garbage patch of the Pacific Ocean is now 3 times the size of France. This Black Friday, let's buy less, not more. I can certainly I certainly understand our need to keep our oceans clean, and that is something we've got to figure out. And part of it is because we used to ship a lot of our recyclables to China, right? And so China was doing most of the recycling for a lot of the world. And now they really don't do it. And so it ends up in their rivers and ends up in the ocean. And so that's clearly something that we've got to come up with a technology for to make it efficient again, or make it efficient, period. Is particularly plastic. Now, I just read something recently that some scientists came up with a new way to efficiently recycle plastic. Hopefully that technology is 1, viable, 2, reproducible, and 3, efficient. If they're those 3 things, that's a great sign, and we just got to learn how to start doing it, because it can be a huge problem for the world. So I get it. Anyway, all right. Oh gosh, lots of people talking about Black Friday. Anyway, so if you want to find Black Friday deals, go on the hashtag Black Friday. Let's move on because this is taking way longer than I expected. All right, number 2 on the trending list for Twitter day. Oh, another Black Friday. Kohl's Black Friday. Now that's pretty amazing. They must have a contest, because usually when you see a commercial venture naturally rising in the hashtags or in the trending on Twitter, it's usually because they have some sort of thing. So let's just click it real quick. Figure out when you know you're no longer your younger self. Macy's Black Friday, Kohl's Black Friday. Okay. Excited for Frozen 2 and other toys. Why is Kohl's Black Friday trending and nobody else's? They've got to have something. Kohl's, spending time with my family. Kohl's Black Friday sweepstakes. That's why Kohl's is having a sweepstakes, which probably is depending on you retweeting the hashtag Kohl's Black Friday. That explains it. They didn't actually recycle it. We'd ship it to them and they just throw it away. That's what I know that's what they're doing now. I didn't know they never recycled it though. But anyway, like I said, I just was reading about some scientists who came up with a new way to recycle plastic that actually probably would work, and hopefully work. We need to figure out how to deal with it. Let's get out of Kohl's Black Friday real quick. Trending number 3, Black Friday 2019. Is everything about Black Friday today? Is that all people care about, is shopping and shit? Jeez. It's Ireland's biggest lingerie section. I understand. Okay, and a couple priests there. That's a joke. Oh, here we go. I'm willing to bet that when people look back at Black Friday 2019, they'll remember it as a year where the market saw a paradigm shift around direct-to-consumer retail. Independent businesses are thriving, and they're going to take down the big boxes and mass marketplaces. Yeah, I know Amazon does a hell of a business on Black Friday and has to do a lot of different marketing places like that. But there are still a lot of people who are jumping into stores on Black Friday. Holy moly, what is that? Okay, so there's Black Friday deals everywhere. But we're done with Black Friday. Excuse me, Friday of Color. Remember, Friday of Color. Number 4 trending is London Bridge. We were talking about that earlier. The incident on London Bridge, one man shot by police after a stabbing at London Bridge. Police say the circumstances of the attack remain unclear, but they are responding to it as if it were terror related. They haven't quite figured that out, but the bystanders wrestle suspected London Bridge attacker to the ground before armed police move in. And apparently someone was shot. Man with a knife. Okay, Paul Joseph Watson probably has an agenda here, but man with a knife injured numerous people, then was tackled by citizens and shot by police. Some reports describe him as wearing a suicide vest. That is unconfirmed. We do not know. We do not know that. Anyway, so we talked about that earlier, so I'm going to move on. Number 4, Ask Ava. Now, what could Ask Ava be? And are we going to be talking about this later? Oh, no, I don't want to ask Ava anything. Ava's a propagandist. My Aunt Alberta's potato salad, it's super creamy and with more eggs in it than potatoes. It's like an egg salad with potatoes. Now that I think of it, and wait, I have leftovers. Gonna go and get some now. Fist pump. Thanks for the Ask Ava love. Have a beautiful day, everybody. That's Ava DuVernay. She's the one who, if you're familiar with the documentaries 13 and also When They See Us. When They See Us, it's about the Central Park 5, and I've seen it. The problem is, I've also seen the actual interviews of those kids, and, you know, filmmakers have a thing that they call poetic license, but I think Ava DuVernay needs to have her poetic license taken away, because now she wanted a singular view of the Central Park 5, but if you actually, I'm not convinced 100% either way on them. If you watch the actual police interviews where they were pampered, and just allowed to talk, I go, yeah, I there's something wrong with that. Now, granted, they did get exonerated because one other person came and confessed that person found that woman and ended up doing things to her that he got convicted for and is in prison for, and these guys were let out. But I don't know that these guys were innocent either, based on just I don't know. I'm not. I guess my opinion is there's a little bit more to it than whatever. But they're treated as heroes now, and they, you know, the funny thing is when they got released from prison, there was a battle between them and the city of New York. They were suing the city of New York, and the city of New York was fighting it because the police and the attorneys said, well, you know, let's just say that there was a battle between the Central Park 5 and the attorneys. As soon as Mayor de Blasio was elected, then all of a sudden the city decided to settle with these guys. And so I don't think we're ever going to get the full story, other than if you go back and watch the original interviews. The police and the prosecutors are still convinced that they did what they were convicted of. And And some people are saying, well, DNA evidence has cleared them, but not necessarily. So anyway, I'm done with that. Anyway, she wrote that movie. Then A Wrinkle in Time, which was a complete box office bomb, unfortunately, for Ava DuVernay. But she's a popular. I don't know the word popular. She's particularly to the Americans of African descent. She's a popular documentary maker and filmmaker. So apparently there's some Ask Ava series, and that's why she's trending. I'm done with that one. Moving on, Tower Bridge. That's the same article about in London. Let's see. There's an awful lot of people who are about to find out that London Bridge isn't Tower Bridge. Okay, I don't know what that means. Me watching all of these American media outlets use photos of Tower Bridge in their London Bridge news reports. Oh, because people are showing pictures of the wrong bridge. Update. London Bridge remains closed in both directions between Fenchurch Street and the north of Southwark Street. To the south, there are long delays in both directions on Tower Bridge Road and on Southwark Bridge Road. Use alternative routes. That's just the TfL, whatever. Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure this is Tower Bridge, not London Bridge. Apparently some of U.S. colonists don't know the difference between London Bridge and Tower Bridge. Hint, one looks like a tower and is located near the Tower of London, where the crown jewels are on display, among other things. So people are... This, number one here is London Bridge. This is Tower Bridge, and this is the Elizabeth Tower. So there's London Bridge, which is pretty plain. Then there's Tower Bridge, which is the incorrect bridge that everyone keeps showing the picture of. And then there's the actually Tower of London. Anyway, all right, moving on. Just some people not knowing what bridge. I would not have been able to tell you that because never been there, don't know. So Tower Bridge is trending. Trending number 8 is Chapter 4. What is Chapter 4? Oh, Chapter 4 of The Mandalorian. I'm not watching that yet. I will probably watch it soon since I do get Disney Channel for free, but I haven't seen it. I think people are kind of into it, though, much more so than some of the other things that Disney's done with Star Wars. Although I hear a lot of people watching it. I haven't really heard any reviews. I know that they're really into... They're changing, like every episode has a different director, and they're doing it all about diversity. I hope they're telling a good story. I'm purposely avoiding actually reading anything about The Mandalorian, though. Anyway, Today Only is trending, and that would be in reference to Friday of Color. Steven Universe Black Friday sales alert. $12 teas at Hot Topic. Today only in stores. That's why Today Only is trending, because all the Black Friday deals are today only. Today only. Today only. Out at Walmart. Is it a Tim McGraw album? What? Or a record player? What the hell? I don't know. Let's see. I'm selling a pre-owned... Now this is funny. Black Friday special. I'm selling a pre-owned relationship. It comes complete with stubborn girlfriend, and for today only, a pack of Panado for all the headaches and long nights. 50% off today only. Please support black business. Black child. It's possible. Oh gosh, I don't know if I do. I what the hell? No, do not do that on my Twitter feed. I hate when people put it's not my Twitter feed. It's just when people put hashtags and the hashtag hose. Remember I was talking about hashtag hose the other day, where they take all the hashtags and they put it in one tweet, and then they put some really nasty picture of themselves. I thought I didn't want to scroll down because I think maybe that might have had that. Anyway, moving on. Black Friday specials always also trending. I'm going to skip that because we've had enough of Friday of Color. And let's do Friday motivation, though. Let's see if there's a good Friday motivation for today, Friday the 29th of November, which is Friday. Never look down on somebody unless you are helping them up Oh, that is such a great saying. I really like that. Why are we talking about potato salad in my chat? Okay, Lindsay, the Mandalorian's good. Good. I really want to watch it. Where this potato salad thing come up? Bye, honey. I didn't see you were leaving. Okay, I probably missed it. What? Oh, I see. Eggs don't belong in potato salad. Oh, we're way back up here. You know what? What's wrong with eggs and potato salad? Like hard-boiled eggs, you don't put. I know people who put eggs in their not always, but people put eggs in potato salad. Onions, celery, peas and potato salad. I've never had that. Wait, is this a food fight? It kind of is because I'm not peas and potato salad. I've never heard of that. I have seen people put eggs in potato salad, hard-boiled eggs, like chunks of hard-boiled egg. It's really good. I mean, you should try it. Add a little protein to your potato salad too. Onions, peas. No. And someone, there's a joke about people who put raisins in potato salad. I've never, ever seen anyone put raisins in potato salad. It's a running gag in the community of colors, aka black people, that white people put raisins in everything, so even in their potato salad. But I've never seen raisins in potato salad, and I've never heard of peas in potato salad. I just haven't. Making potato salad with Miracle Whip. Now, okay, Miracle Whip. Yes, there are people who use Miracle Whip for their potato salad. I used to be a Miracle Whip person, but I am team mayonnaise now, especially for just even for sandwiches or I don't know. If you put if you can make put a little vinegar in your dressing to make the potato salad a little bit tangy, or because really, like if you're making coleslaw dressing is mayonnaise, sugar, and vinegar. That's all it is. Okay. But anyway, how do we talk? I don't know how we started talking about potato salad. I knew it was going to be that kind of party. I'd have put protein in my potato salad. Yeah, eggs, but hard-boiled eggs and potato salad, that's kind of normal. Now, not everybody does it. You can do the Southern style mustard potato salad, but I thought that was fairly common. All right, let's see. Speaking of which, but by the motivation of the day, I really like this first one. I just might move on. Never look down on somebody unless you're helping them up. I like that. Okay, that's really good. That's the only one I'm doing. Let's move on. Let's go on from the motivation. Friday motivation. After that, buy nothing day. Oh, okay. Let's see this one. This is people who are. I see that buy nothing day is trending, so I guess that means some of you are holding back some cash. Send it to Maj Touré and pay for folks getting educated. Maj Touré is the founder of Black Guns Matter. And he's a good dude. He ran for city council in Philadelphia. He's a good dude. I've seen he did a couple. He did a Blexit event down in Atlanta, but I don't think of him as Blexit. He's more kind of the Hotep variety. But he's also just a very strong libertarian person, teaching people about what it means to be, and I mean small L libertarian, not big L libertarian, not like the party, but libertarian principles. And he's a good dude, and he's a good person to support if you are interested in supporting someone out there who's really doing the work that you want us to talk about. I already bought a bunch of stuff this morning. America Buy Nothing Day. Oh, I see. There's people. I get it. These are the people who overconsumption is hurting our planet. Before we buy new things, let's think if we need them. Buying nothing saves 100% in every store. Today, let's invest time in nature. Natura 2000 sites are free, inviting us to explore them. I'm not buying anything today, and not because I don't like Black Friday, not because I don't like a deal, not like I don't want to save money. I just don't have time. I might be doing another stream this afternoon if I can get some people on board. So that'll be a guest stream with people the Black Friday stream that I intended to do, but I just didn't do it this morning. All right, so Buy Nothing Day is out there for all the virtue signalers. Friday Thoughts is number 13. Skipping that. Protect Taehyung. That's K-pop. I'm not clicking it. KNJ Black Friday. Well, now I just want to know what KNJ is. KNJ is some kind of store or something. Gosh, everything on Twitter is about. Okay, now I'm kind of feeling the Buy Nothing Day hashtag because all the damn consumerism on Twitter today. Black Friday sale trending number 16. What is Newsbusters tweeting about it though? Newsbusters. Oh, yeah. See, even Newsbusters. Stock up on gifts for your favorite conservatives with 10% off using code MRC Watchdog. Black Friday sales, mrcstore.com. Okay. Meme of the day, Black Friday sale. Wednesday, $450.99. Thursday, $450.99. Black Friday, $450.99. Down from $699.99. Hold. Bye. Okay, no. See, that's from the Black Friday as a scam corner of the world, which in some ways it can be. Some of these Black Friday deals aren't really deals. If you weren't paying attention 5 days ago to what things cost, and then you go out there today and buy it because it says it's on sale for Black Friday, you might be wrong. Just saying. I'm just saying. Moving on. Enough. Holy smokes. Oh, okay. We got a hashtag. Today. Hell hath no fury like a. So that one we'll come back to. That's how we'll finish the show today. Friday morning is trending, which is another Friday thing. We'll skip that today. And then finally, opt outside is the last one, but we're going to go back to the hell hath no fury like a. But here we go. Opt outside. Let's see what that means. Good morning from the great state of North Carolina. Do you like I said that? Carolina. Opt outside. Happy Thanksgiving. Get outside. Ride a bike. Go on a hike. Go for a walk. Burn some calories. Opt outside. So this is about getting outdoors. And I like getting outdoors. In fact, I may get outdoors today. Of course, it'll be probably helping my son move. By the way, my son's moving out today. It's a melancholy day. He's kind of started doing it yesterday. He's getting his own place, and we're going to be completely empty nest again. But there we go. Gorgeous day to opt outside for a winter trail run. Just me and the squirrels on the trails. Yep. In fact, this is my favorite time of year to take pictures of things and do photography and videos. Because there is snow on the ground here where I live. Oh, there's some little squirrel tracks. Okay, that's cool. So there you go. Oh, like a Nisi on losing Patreon. Yeah. Oh, did y'all see that meltdown? Oh my gosh, that dude. He's a piece of work. All right. Now that we've gone through the hashtags, the one I'm going back to because it should be fairly funny. Is the hell hath no fury like a hashtag, which somehow is trending today. Now, before I do that, I am going to go. Just want to check real quick because there is a notification. Sammy. Okay, I forgot about this. All right, that I do have a couple minutes left. I'm going to. All right, before I get to the hashtag, there was somebody. So there's this thing on Twitter that was happening. And me being on Twitter. So there was this thread, and this Brian Tannehill did this thread where he was saying transgender people do not have a moral obligation to announce they are transgender prior to dates. Now, I personally disagree with this sentiment, but he continues. Or he, she, I don't know if it's a he or she. Let's see. Let's look. Former naval aviator, senior defense analyst, author of Everything You Ever Wanted to Know About Trans. Okay, Bryn. So I don't know if Bryn is transgender or not, but they continue. Cisgender people who say they must invariably come from a place of ew, ick, transgender people are gross, and that's a man. Oh, cisgender people say they must invariably come from a place of ew. No, in the long run, if I were in the dating world and I didn't want to date somebody with a penis, I don't want to date someone with a penis. I don't care. And it is kind of, it's not from ooh, ick. It's from potential relationship down the road and wasting my time. But she addresses that in this thread. And regardless of what I thought of the thread, I read it and I kind of took it in my brain and said, okay, this is how. A lot of times, even if I disagree with someone, I want to at least understand their point of view, and it's a good thread for helping me understand this person's point of view. I'm not knocking that point of view. However, the one reply that because I went through a bunch of replies after reading it, and I was, okay, these are interesting replies, but this one kind of annoyed me. And here it is. Oh, by the way, do not contact this person. Do not even reply to this person. Don't do anything. This is just for my own personal commentary, and enough people have replied to it. I don't want this person harassed just because I happen to mention them on my show. Please don't do that. And you guys are great. I know you won't do it. His reply, though, or her, I don't know if this person is trans either. They go by, it's a they theirs person, who said, some trans people choose not to disclose in our profiles because we have been met on a date by 3 men in MAGA hats and a baseball bat. To which I replied, well, you and Jussie Smollett should compare notes. You know what? Here was my point when I said that, because it got into a discussion with a few other people, whatever. Yes, trans people can be at risk for certain ways they do their dating habits, and one of the reasons I believe they should disclose that is for their own. I do not condone beating people, okay? But there are people who are going to do it, and you either disclose it in advance, or I don't know. It's an issue for trans people that I don't know how to rectify it, because it doesn't matter how accepting some people are of it, there are others who are never going to be accepting of it. And so, but here's the problem. Don't make up stories. That doesn't help your cause either. No, this person did get met on a date by 3 people in MAGA hats. This is MAGA country. No, it's a bullshit story that you're just trying to place your disdain for one thing on your opinion on another thing and making up a bullshit story. I'll take things that ever happened for 1,000, Alex. Okay. So that's why I said you and Jussie Smollett should compare notes. Then a couple other people, was your date at Subway? Did you see that JRP Dog night with the steel chair? Wow. Anyway, so then the person's reply was, how about I just do to you and 2 of your friends what I did to them, kitten? Kitten. That's not my pronoun, first of all, sir. Or them, or I don't even know they, them. I don't know how to address they, them people, so I don't want to be too disrespectful. And so I'm thinking, what? And so how about I just do to you and 2 of your friends what I did to them, kitten, he says. I'm like, what? Pretend something happened that's so cliche and implausible that at first glance it causes someone to laugh out loud and then make a smart-ass remark? Oh, wait, I've already done that. Yeah, it was a threat. I laughed at that. And then he's like, What is cliche and implausible about a white person having spent 30 years studying martial arts as a hobby? Well, first of all, I had no clue about you studying martial arts and whatnot. I was talking about your first part, the MAGA hat part. So I said, you hadn't told that story yet. Why don't you go back to the beginning? And then also, okay, if you're familiar with martial arts, do you ever hear people who actually have been in martial arts for years and years and years? Is it common for them to make threats to people? No. A part of the discipline of most martial arts is that you don't make threats to people. It's not part of the anatomy of martial arts, so to speak. Weird analogy there. So I just said, hey, yeah, that's interesting though. That's interesting. Odd seeing someone with extensive martial arts training make violent threats on the internet. Your masters must have been more Cobra Kai than Miyagi. But anyway, and then some people got into it. Like, there's people, this one guy, yo, dog, why such a piece of shit? You always like that? And I said, no. Only when people tell silly tales. It doesn't help anybody when there are real problems out there. Besides, I'm half Nigerian. I'm a little sensitive to these things since, because the Ozendira brothers and all that shit. But I just thought that the idea that trans people have no moral obligations to announce they are transgender prior to dates. No, I don't agree. You know what? That's a tough one. Does a person with AIDS have a moral obligation to announce, to let you know that they are HIV positive before you go on a date? I don't know. That's a tough moral question. But I certainly, you would think that if you are dating someone who is transgender, you certainly would want to make sure that you're dating somebody who is accepting of you being transgender. It's not, no legal obligation, but I think there's a moral obligation. The marsupial gamer, you're correct, or at least that's my opinion. Now, because regardless of how accepting you want it to be and how you see yourself, that's not what other people see. It's not. We're biological beings first, and sexuality is first a biological thing, and so if you hide that and it comes out later, there's a disappointment and an anger, and I don't think anyone should be. I don't believe in violence against anybody, but it happens. And why wouldn't you protect yourself? Why wouldn't you make sure that you're going to be compatible with somebody in the future? And I don't think, do the psych doctors that help people who go through this terrible process that they have to go through, who warns them of the risks and the things you have to be concerned with as you decide to live that life? And it's funny because it's not just men who are disappointed by that. Okay, because I know this comes from the male to female version, but the female to male versions too. There are some women who are not going to, there's some people who are not going to care, but I have a feeling that in the long run, that's also a small percentage of people. Your dating pool immediately gets smaller when you're a transgender, and it's a reality. Is it right? Yeah, I get, kind of, it is. It's just going to be that way. You're not ever going to change that. You know? Do you have an obligation to tell someone you're gay before you date them? Well, of course you do, because you want to date another gay person. You know? Unfortunately, for transgender people, that's how most people see it. And that ain't going to change because most people you're a biological being at first. And there are natural tendencies to want to be with someone who's the I don't want to do that. The compatible to your sexuality and to, whatever. So, all right, let me finish this up with the hashtag that I was going to do. Let's do this. Let's go back to me. By the way, thank you, Diesel Dave. Thank you, Diesel Dave, for retweeting the show. I appreciate it. And I see you're heading over to the coffee stream, which with Blind Press, which I will put a link to in the chat if any of the rest of you are interested. Let's get to that last hashtag though, so we can get out of here. What was the? Oh, what? Oh my God. Okay, this was I didn't even see this. So apparently the dog pee celebration cost Ole Miss a victory in the Egg Bowl. In the final moments of the game, Rebels wide receiver Elijah Moore celebrated a touchdown by imitating a dog urinating. The move saw Ole Miss penalized 15 yards for unsportsmanlike conduct, making a field goal more difficult and allowing Mississippi State to hold on for the win, 21-20. Oh my God. They got penalized for this because Mississippi State is the Bulldogs, right? Oh no. So they got a 15-yard penalty. Let's see. Ole Miss scored with 4 seconds left and had a chance to tie the game with a point after attempt. After a flag for the excessive celebration moved the PAT back, the kicker missed wide right, and Mississippi State held on to win the Egg Bowl 21-20. Oh my gosh. No way. Oh, here it is on screen right here. So here it is.
They have to get him off. Here's the touchdown by Moore.
He scored with 4 seconds left.
The hit from Dantzler, but Luke Logan, who had an opportunity,
and they got a 15-yard penalty because you can't do that in college football. And the kicker missed wide right. Oh.
Wide right, but now so much to sort out with the penalty flags that were just.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this isn't trending. It probably was trending last night. All right, there you go. So that's the worst. That's not a good way to lose a football game. I bet there's going to be some alumni making some phone calls today. All right, let's finish this out. Alaska Happy Hour is added into trending. I'm not going to go back. Let's just do the last. Hell hath no fury like. This is how we're finishing today. Hell hath no fury like a woman who has just been told to calm down. Telling an angry woman to calm down works about as well as baptizing a cat. Hell hath no fury like a Black Friday shopper scorned. Oh my gosh, these people are all tripping. Oh, look at that. Look at that over there. All right. Hell hath no fury like angry cat. I forgot my cat outside. I'm too scared to let him in now. That's a funny one. I like that. Hell hath no fury like boss cat. A lot of cat ones today. That's a dog. Oh, the cat's like, hey, get out of that water. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh wait, you got to hear the sound. Okay, it says play the sound on this one. First of all, that's a huge cat. That's a huge cat. Holy smokes. That is hilarious. Here's it again. That cat's saying, stop that shit. You know, it's weird. Every time I take my dogs to the dog park, my smaller dog, Lucky, there's all these water bowls around where people can bring water and pour water into the water bowls. And like we go to the dog park because my Lucky loves to chase balls. I have 2 lacrosse balls to chase it, whatever. She'll drop the lacrosse ball into the water bowls, and then she'll like try to splash all the water out of the water bowl. I've never figured that out. My dog loves that. Anyway, hell hath no fury like a guilty president tweeting during his impeachment hearings. Ah, how sweet. Hell hath no fury like shine through a plastic bag. What does that mean? Oh! Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Hell hath no fury like a sheep when his territory is being breached. Hell hath no fury like a guy who eats 40 pizzas in 30 days. Yeah, did you hear about Papa John eating 40 pizzas in 30 days? And now he's like coming back and trying to get his company back. Okay, I gotta go. This is enough of this. Hell hath no fury like. Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. Hey, watch your notifications. There could possibly be a stream this afternoon, the Black Friday stream that I had originally planned, but for sure we're doing a stream tomorrow to make up for the stream we missed yesterday. So normally we're here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 3 p.m. GMT for those of you in other parts of the world, like my buddy Richo in the land down under. Also, remember, before you go, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. There are not as many likes as there are even viewers right now. And I know some viewers have been coming in and coming out and coming and going and all that stuff. Hit the like button on your way out. And if you so choose, if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so through the Streamlabs link in the description down below. You can put a message with that, Streamlabs donations, and I will read them on the air as long as they're PG-19, PG-17, PG-7 or 13, whatever. I'll read them for the most part. There's very little that I won't read unless it's stuff that, just as part of my sensibilities. I'll do an interpretation if it's too crazy. But anyway, again, thank you for coming here today. I am so glad we've had this time together. Just to laugh, have a laugh, and sing a song, and a cup of reparations coffee. But it is now time to say so long. My name is P-Dog Knight, and I am out of here. Have a fantastic Friday. Bye. Hey, this is P-Dog Knight, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comments section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.